Yo, what's poppin'? Winner Squad, Success Squad, what's up guys? You guys have changed the world, okay? You guys make sure to subscribe, like the comment, and comment your thoughts on this video. Make sure also to win. Get out there and win, okay? You're a winner, you're born to win. We can all do it, guys. We're gonna get there, okay? One day at a time. And look, I know you're gonna get unhappy and sad and things are gonna go bad. It happens to me too, okay? It happens to all of us. That's why I know you're gonna win, okay, gamers? Now gamers, let's talk about value systems today. Let's talk about some winning attitudes and beliefs. And what we're going to talk about is an epiphany I had in 2017 that really changed my life forever, and it really radically changed my belief systems in this world, and it's just cool. It's just cool. My gameplay got way better, so let's talk about this, guys. Let's get into the video. Okay, gamers, so in 2017 I was gaming, and I was playing a match of Super Smash Bros. Melee, which is a game I've been playing literally since 2005 or 2006. Like, I remember in 8th grade with my friend in his, like, garage, we Googled advanced melee techniques by a guy named Whack017, who literally later on went on to speedrun Link to the Past, which I also went on to speedrun Link to the Past, so I think it's pretty funny. But yeah, I literally learned advanced text from this guy, like wave dash sheet and L cancel, and it blew my mind in 8th grade. It blew my mind. And I loved learning these, and I learned all these, and I was the best melee player amongst my friends. And then we started going to tournaments, and I wasn't the best anymore, and then I kind of stopped playing the game when Brawl came out, actually. And then when Brawl came out, I stopped playing the game and started playing Magic the Gathering. And then in 2010, when the college boom happened for Melee, I started playing again. Okay guys, so I played Falco, because Falco is the bird, and the bird is the word. Falco's sick, okay? He's my favorite character in Melee. He's smooth, he wins, he looks sick, he's just nothing bad about Falco. And I played Falco, and I was playing against another guy who played a Falco, and we were just having fun. And it was on a tournament match, and this is in 2017. And I lost, and I'm like, wow, I should not lose to this guy, I'm way better than him, I should dominate him. And now, I was learning about gameplay this time. In 2017, January, I was learning about gameplay, and I was learning about maybe I'm not right, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. So I was really trying to think more critically about gameplay, where it was at. I was like, you know what? Let's reevaluate what's going on here, because I want to create a winning mindset, and I want to win. And I just lost, and it's like, let's rethink this. So after I lost, I was watching my this guy who I lost to play the next round opponent, and the entire time I was watching, I'm like, I'm better than this guy. But he still beat me, and I was looking at the gameplay, and I was talking to a friend of mine who was next to me, and I was going over my theories about gameplay. And I was running through my theories about gameplay, because I was coming up with these ideas about gameplay, like input-output theory, and I was coming up with other stuff like the whole optimal argument, where like, if something doesn't exist, if something doesn't happen, if something never happens or it doesn't happen, I argue that it doesn't actually exist. And even if you can conceivably come up with it, or you can create it in a task environment, I claim in the natural world it literally doesn't exist because it's never happened. How can it therefore be optimal? That doesn't make any sense. What optimal is should be whatever you can do, right? It should be defined by what's actually doable. So I was coming with these arguments, and I was running through them with my friend next to me, because I'm like, I want to know why I lost. I want to know why I lost. And as I was running through my arguments with my friend next to me, and he liked to humor my arguments, so appreciate that, you know, because it helped me out a lot. I was looking at the gameplay, and it all clicked. Everything clicked immediately. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I was like, look at the gameplay. I was like, wow, wait a minute, I get it all now. I was like, I understand everything now. Like, it really freaked me out. Like, at that moment, it must have been like 8 p.m. Friday. Actually, yeah, it must have been a Friday, January like 27th or something, 28th. The fourth week of January. It like blew my mind. It genuinely blew my mind. I like really finally understood what the hell it meant to slow gameplay down and do better. I finally figured out what that is. Also guys, what the hell is this? It's like a book club or something. I guess we should try it out, you know? So there's some art in here, I suppose. If you want to create some art. So what I did is I went home and I started to play Link to the Past, and I started to apply this epiphany I had to a Link to the Past, because I like the Link to the Past more. I was actually more motivated to play that. I was practicing it. I still want to get better times. I actually did then PB 1 week later in a Link to the Past, like no question. And then again I PB'd, actually I think it was like 6 to 8 weeks later I PB'd again, and that was a huge PB. And then 3 weeks I PB'd again in Link to the Past, which to me this was good. Now my skill level, in my opinion, was already at that 123 32 level. I had been getting unlucky or this or that. But this is something, this is a part of my epiphany I realized and I learned is about being able to create consistent, reliable gameplay, create gameplay that actually functions, and then not just thinking that you're good, because when you think you're good, that's your ego. Actually being able to produce that, reliably produce that. And I started getting outlier runs. I started getting good runs. I started getting consistent runs. I started actually creating new strats. Like, my gameplay was unlocked. It was unleashed. And that's what I realized, like, natural gameplay really can unleash your potential. It can unleash your gameplay. It can really unleash your real ability. And I think it's so powerful. It's so huge. Like, this is so huge. At the specific moment, I specifically remember watching the guy try to shine the other guy, and Falco did us, especially at a mid or low level. In Melee, people constantly make these mistakes, like you'll shine and then you don't jump out of the shine, or you'll like, yeah, I guess that's a good one. There's tons of these mechanical errors. Missing L cancels is another one. Tons of these mechanical errors that these people will that these players will make. And I realized when I was watching this guy that that's like objectively worse. To make that error and to lose is like objectively worse than to pick a slower and simpler and safer strat and then to nail that simpler strat. I realize it's like, there's no question, it's just worse, right? And what that really meant is that the value of gameplay in my mind completely changed. My value system's completely shifted. And what happened with my old value system would value theoretical maximums and theoretical optimals very highly. So if somebody was had frame perfect gameplay, that was the peak of gameplay, that would be the best possible gameplay, right? And every frame that was off under that would be like one degree worse. That was my old value system. And so in gameplay, I was always trying to find that theoretical maximum and then try to emulate it as much as I can. That was how I'd play Melee. But that made no sense. That makes no sense at all. What I shifted to, my value systems shifted to, they shifted towards being able to actually win, right? My value systems radically changed, and they changed towards, I realized gameplay wasn't as, like, optimal gameplay, it wasn't as concrete and objective as we might theoretically think. Like, we might think it's theoretically like, this gameplay is better than that gameplay, he performed wrong and therefore he got a worse time. No, that's not how it works. Real value in gameplay, it's very much non-linear. It's very non-linear. And if somebody's winning, why are they winning? There's actually identifiable behaviors of why they're winning, and that then gains value. This is why I created this natural argument, actually, because I started to realize, wait a minute, if somebody wins, you can identify it, and then you can identify why they won. Well, that must have value because they won, right? That's why I created the natural gameplay argument, right? It was around this epiphany that I realized when I watched these two guys play Melee that if I played slower, radically slower, and I had prepared gameplay that was consistent and reliable, I would obliterate these guys. I would completely obliterate them, and that would be way better than what I was doing. And then it changed my value system completely, or at that point my value system completely changed. I went home and I started practicing Link to the Past with this idea, because it's all a gameplay thing. It doesn't matter what game you play. It's all a gameplay thing. So when I went home and started practicing Link to the Past, I started filtering out the garbage. I started filtering out the non-efficient stuff that I was doing, and I started making my gameplay in Link to the Past much more practical, much more reliable, much more, not programmed, but functional, way cleaner, way more, I don't want to say efficient, but it was to the point where it was like, I'm not trying to do these theoretical optimal stuff. I started just trying to do like, hey, wait a minute, what can I practically do that's the best thing here, right? And so I would actually go into practice. It motivated me to go into practice and time different things and test out different things. And eventually this story goes on, I started actually watching my VODs in Link to the Past, and I realized an even deeper layer of natural gameplay in that some things are like there's a reasonable human limit of gameplay development, and then there's like an objective theoretical limit, and it's an even deeper level. When I started watching my VODs, I was like, wow, you know what, I can actually start capitalizing and playing around this idea that humans have this like general limit, right? So there's things in a lot of speedrunning that's like it's faster in real time, and it's real time faster, and this is really big to capitalize on. It's really, really big if you want to get like super high level speedrun stuff. Anyway guys, that was pretty long-winded, but the point is, that's why I created all these gameplay arguments. That's why I created all these ego arguments. That's why I created all these arguments. Actually, the reason I created the ego arguments is because when I started finding these better strategies and I started looking for workarounds, because I realized in gameplay, what's gonna win in gameplay is whose gameplay is more natural. And so to me, what had value was not practicing the same thing 1,000 times in a row. What had value was finding the most natural solution to a screen. In A Link to the Past, there's 500 screens. I needed every single screen to be the most natural possible. It's the same in Melee, it's the same in League of Legends, it's the same in every game. Your gameplay needs to be the most natural possible. I think it's easy to look at in Link to the Past because A Link to the Past is so fundamental. It's so broken down into pixels and frames and individual screens. It's so easy to look at that perspective. But fundamentally, it's the same with every game. Your gameplay is gonna be based on how natural it is, not on these other value systems or these other factors that people consider. One thing that would frequently happen is I would come up with a new strategy, and then my old strategy that would have a high skill cap but fail frequently, I didn't have to do anymore. Like, that whole issue was completely solved. And then I realized that's ego. I just solved the ego. Right, because I created this old strategy that had a high skill cap and high results, but it would frequently fail. Well, that strategy literally was ego, right? I was trying to look good, I was trying to pretend I'm good, but it never really worked. With creating this new natural strategy that was reliable and consistent and recreatable, I completely subverted, and I was now ignoring and not even going near the old strategy because I just thought it was worse. I literally realized I had solved ego in this moment. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. That's kind of what I want you guys to do and realize it and go forward with, like, this ego thing that's like, it corrupts personal behaviors, and you can actually solve ego with gameplay naturalization. And I personally, I'm not sure this tool or this philosophy is that useful for people who are winning everything and have all the trophies and are at the top, and it's like, you know, they're sleeping on everyone else. I mean, they're already winning. Like, I don't think it's useful. I think this is ridiculously useful. I also don't think it's useful for people at the bottom who are just rapidly improving. Like, they're already improving, right? But I do think this philosophy is unbelievably, unprecedentedly useful for people that are stuck or that are plateaued in gameplay. It's mind-blowingly helpful. Anyway, I wanted to make this video to share with you guys the absolute importance of value systems and the idea that if you change your value system, you can radically change everything about your gameplay. Almost overnight. And if you're not going to literally change everything overnight, you're going to change how you think overnight, which is going to create a process of changes in the next month. If you change your belief system and your value system, you actually can't go back to the old value system. You're forced to change. It's mind-blowing. This stuff is absolutely unprecedented. It's mind-blowing. So it's big. If you want to win, make sure to subscribe. If you want to win, guys, make sure to think critically about gameplay, think critically about your belief systems and your value systems. You can win, you actually can succeed, you can win, you can achieve your dreams, and you can do it today, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.